Hey, Happy New Year from all the folks at the Valley Channel. We started out with an intra-state rivalry. You've got Skyview from Smithfield, Utah against Highland of Pocatello, Idaho. John Worley, these are two teams that have already played once this season, and Highland lost to Skyview by 12 early in that one, but could be a different story. Highland's gone on kind of a tear since then. They've only lost one game since then.
Yeah, Highland looks good, and the first game of the season, they were probably a little rough out there, so I would expect we'll see a good game tonight. Of course, it's also interesting when they come off a break like this. You never know how the kids are going to play.
Everybody talks about Jalen Moore for the Skyview Bobcats, and well, they should. He's silky smooth and fun to watch. But Ty Nielsen is doing a lot of dirty work for the Bobcats. 30 points against Riverton in the tournament the other night.
Yeah, he had a great tournament, as did Jalen, and those two are really the two. If you can play with those two, you can be in the game with Skyview. But if you lose control of either one of them, you really could have a problem.
All right, it's cold outside. There's plenty warm in.
Introducing the official training bike of the Tour de France, the Proform TDF, the first ever indoor training bike that delivers everything you demand. A 20% incline and a 20% decline, so you'll experience exactly what the road does. Because it's powered by Google Maps, you choose the road and the TDF follows it. Every incline and decline, so no matter what comes at you, you'll be ready. The Proform TDF automatically adjusts resistance, incline and decline. Plus, with a built-in power meter, you'll know your exact output. You decide where to go and the official training bike of the Tour takes you there. And now that you've decided, we're ready to deliver. Order right now and get $0 down and a free upgrade on rush shipping. Call the number on your screen or go online today.
Skyview playing host to Highland of Pocatello, Idaho on the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. And tonight's game is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness. Never give up. Lewiston State Bank, your hometown bank with a new location. It's 3rd South and Main in Logan. Wendy's at Cache Valley. Quality is our recipe. Cache Valley Hospital, your first choice in healthcare.
You're down 6-0.
Discount Tire and Automotive, so much more than a tire store. The Salt Lake Express, from your door to the Salt Lake Airport, 12 times a day. S.C. Needham Jewelers, where Utah gets engaged. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's television station. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel, our very first edition of 2013. I'm Eric Olson, with me John Worley, as we get set for Skyview and Highland of Pocatello, Idaho. Should be a fun one, John. These two teams have already played once.
Yeah, it's always fun to play a team a second time around. And a little later in the season, both teams have had a little experience, and should be a good game.
Well, I talked to Coach Kirk Hilliard of the Skyview Bobcats just a few minutes ago and got his thoughts on some of the early season results for his team. Well, Coach, you had a pretty good Christmas holiday, a few games all in a row, able to string together some wins with one loss in there to a very good East team. Tell me about that tournament.
Well, there was a lot of good competition down there, a lot of good quality teams, a lot of great players. East was definitely a tough opponent for us. Parker Van Dyke is a very good player, and he was kind of tough for us to defend, and it showed. We still kind of had our Christmas legs about us, and I think the neat thing about that tournament was it gave us a chance to improve every game, and I think we did that, and then I think we definitely played our best basketball on Monday. So I'm excited to see how we come back today and another day off and come back, see how we play tonight. So it should be good.
You played this Highland team once before. You beat them by 12 at their place, but like you mentioned, that was the first game of the season. You're expecting a different game here tonight.
Oh yeah, it's going to be pretty physical tonight, and like I say, we did catch them early. We caught them off guard, I think, on a couple things, and they'll definitely be prepared for us. Coach Frost up there does a really good job. I think it's going to be definitely a physical game. I think they're going to try and limit Jalen and Ty and make somebody else beat him, and so, like I say, it'll be good for us, a good test for us.
All right, well, good luck tonight, and thanks for taking the time.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Highland will try to do with Jalen Moore. Coach Chris Frost has been at the helm for 23 years in Pocatello at Highland High School. I asked him what what the Rams plan to do with Jalen Moore, as well as other questions. Well, Coach, 6-2 in this early season. You've spent more time in Utah than you have in Idaho.
That's true. You know, we went down to that Provo tournament. It was very good. Played Weber and Provo, and had some very good experience down there. You know, it's a different brand over here. You get to play a lot, and I think the physicality and the athleticism we see makes us a better basketball team.
I know you've been playing these schools here in Cache Valley the last few years, and you know, I saw a quote from you somewhere that said, you know, when we started out, we were finishing these trips up to Cache Valley with a losing record, and now we're coming down here and winning some games and being competitive. Is there? You said it's a different basketball a little bit. What's the difference?
Well, I just think the athletes, you know, we don't see 6'5", 6'5" like Weber and those things that we have to adjust to, and so it makes it just better for us for the teams we play in Idaho. Not saying we don't have size there. I don't think we have the bulk size. I know we're playing teams that are bigger schools than what we are, and I think that just makes us better. You know, we've been coming down when Mike Nelson was at the Mountain Crest, when he had the Icon tournaments and things down there that made it really tough, and we'd come home and we'd not win a game. And then we'd win one, and then we'd win two, and once in a while we'd win three, but it hasn't been very often. But we went 3-1 right at the end of the year down there in Provo, and I thought we did a good job.
Tell me a little bit about your team, about what people can expect to see.
Well, we're going to shoot the ball from the arc. You know, we got good shooters, and you know, we got Clark Wilkinson and Colton Streves inside for our power game. So, you know, we're pretty well rounded. But we like to run, we like to push it, and make it fun for the spectators.
Everybody talks about Jalen Moore for Skyview. What do you do to slow him down, or can you?
Well, you tell me. You know, we did. I thought we did a decent job early. We know we opened up with him game one. We did a great job in the first half on him. I think we were up 10 or 12 at half, or 7 at half. And then we let him go on a 40-point run in the second half. Not just him, but I thought Nelson was a key in that game. But Moore's going to get his points, I think. You know, you got to just keep Nelson at bay. But, you know, we're going to try. We're going to try to defend him tonight and see what we can do.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck tonight. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Well, John, Coach Frost talked about that last game up in Pocatello, and they lost to Skyview 69-57. Skyview scored more points on Highland than any other team. Highland only giving up 51 points per game, so they play pretty good defense. But Skyview trailed by 7 at the half, as you heard the coach say there. Then they outscored Highland 41-22 in the second half, including a 20-8 fourth quarter.
Yeah, and didn't he say, am I wrong, didn't they play Highland in Highland's first game of the year?
Yep, first game of the year.
Yeah, I think, you know, the kids are just getting off their if they play football or off their summer, they're a little laggy. Maybe Highland got a little tired, but I've heard good things about Highland. They're well thought of in Idaho, and I think it's going to be a good game. I think you heard the coach say in that piece, you know, stopping Jalen and Ty are going to be the two issues. But I think that's going to be the issue all year for teams that play Skyview.
Well, we're about 30 seconds away from the starting lineups, but you guys, you'll see for Highland, the one guy you really want to keep an eye on, the two actually, Stefan Gonzalez, 14 points a game, and Clark Wilkinson, 15, almost 16 points a game. His high for the season, 37.
Wow.
Against Skyline, and that's an Idaho team, Skyline, not the one down in Salt Lake. But this, I made the joke that Coach Frost's team has played more in Utah than they have in Idaho. They lost by 3 to Weber, who you've seen a couple of times, a very good team.
Weber's a very good team.
They beat Provo, they beat Westlake, and they've beaten Kearns, and they've lost to Skyview. So five games down here in Utah against Utah teams. Well, here's the starting lineups. Number 4, Austin Andresen, the senior. Kevin Birch, also a senior. Stefan Gonzalez, just a sophomore. Clark Wilkinson as a senior, and Colton Shreve, number 24, also a senior. So let's take a look now at the Skyview Bobcats. Ty Nielsen, 6'3", senior. Number 11, Braxton Goddardge, 5'11". He's a junior. The guy everybody talks about, a lot of fun to watch, Jalen Moore, 6'8", senior. Mitch Larson's a 6' senior. And then Carden Porter, 6'2", sophomore, getting the starting nod, along with Goddardge, the junior, and the other 3 seniors. And Skyview with losses only to 10-1 East and 9-1 Weber. Weber number 5 in the state, number 3 in 5A, and East is number 11 in the state. Skyview themselves ranked 18th in the state. That's through all classifications.
Well, Skyview was ranked significantly higher than that until that Jordan tournament when they took it on the chin from East. So I think Skyview, I think we said this earlier in the year, I think that this region, Region 5, is going to be a good region. good barometer, if you will, in the state, and I think Skyview certainly is one of, if not the best team in the region, the team to beat.
Well, you know, a lot of people were talking about Box Elder early, but they've dropped a few, and then they lost to Bear River here just recently.
Well, Bear River's no slouch, though. You've seen Bear River's had quite a season so far.
That's true. So Jalen Moore steps in with Clark Wilkinson. Moore wins the tap, and Goddard will hand back to Moore. You'll see Moore handle the ball quite a bit. Of course, his father, if you didn't know, Jimmy Moore, one of the Aggie greats, and Moore tries to throw down. It comes out on him, but number 32, Carden Porter, the sophomore, finishes it off.
It's a good start for Skyview, getting Jalen down low on the post. Both playing man-to-man.
Wilkinson and Birch play catch with it out front. Shreve hands it back to Andresen. He pops, rims around, kept alive, and finally brought down by Gonzalez.
And he didn't want to go back up, did he? Well, there you go.
Gonzalez for three. Won't go, rebounded by Larson. Larson quickly ahead to Moore. Nielsen shut off by Andresen. Goddard kicks it out to the three ball.
Great.
And it's good. Mitch Larson gets the friendly roll.
Great penetration by Goddard. He went in and saw it, recognized well, posted up at the three spot, and then and hit the three.
Draw and kick.
Yeah. There's a good pass.
Down low, Shreve can't finish, gets his own board. Back under to Wilkinson. He had a bad angle, so he kicks it back out. Gonzalez with another look, likes this one better.
Yep. Highland's moving the ball well right now. I'm impressed. They don't seem to be too concerned from their last loss.
Coach Frost said that they would fire away from beyond the arc. Gonzalez, 17 three-pointers on the season that he's made. That was number 18. Nielsen steps back, shot short, follows, and comes down with his own board.
Force that shot a little bit. He'll get in the flow of the game a little bit.
Moore's three is off the heel. Rebounded by Porter.
There's a good drive.
Nielsen's shot won't go, but he'll go to the line.
Looking at some of the stats for Skyview, they don't seem to shoot a lot of three balls. It's shoot a pretty high percentage, and most of it is inside the arc.
61 points per game for Highland, so they put points on the board as Nielsen hits the first. As we mentioned, they only give up 51 and a half. So Ty Nielsen hits them both. Skyview out to the early 7-3 lead. Three ball on the way as they fire away.
Good rebound. Went to the glass hard.
That one touched just about everybody on its way out of bounds and will stay at this end. Larson gives it off to Porter. Now Goddard with it. He's shut off baseline by Gonzalez. The thing is, you watch Jalen Moore and people think, well, he scores 22 a game, he must shoot a lot. He doesn't hog the ball. Here's another shot by Moore, and this one goes.
I was just going to say that. He's not forcing. He's letting the game come to him. He passes it in, and that was a high percentage shot. I haven't seen Jalen play since he was, quite young, and I am impressed so far.
I don't remember his dad playing, but I've talked to those that have, and those that have seen him both say he plays a lot like Jimmy did. Very quick, and Jimmy was long and slender like Jalen. Here's Nielsen with the steal, and Gonzalez knocks it away. It'll stay on this end, though.
Good defensive hustle. I like Skyview's aggressive man-to-man right now, and they've always played that way under Hilliard. They've always played. They play right up in you. They keep the body or their hands on your body, and they really just bother you, intimidate you a little bit, and that's part of their signature defense. but Highland's hanging in there with him.
It's 9-3, a 6-point lead for the Bobcats.
Highland's playing pretty aggressive defense as well. Great pass. Again, in and out. Skyby's moving the ball well right now.
Moore straddling the line, hits.
Yeah, you better keep a hand in his face. The problem is if you get up in his face, he's going to drive past you. He's a double threat there.
6'8", long arms and a quick release. He was ready to shoot.
Is he 6'8"?
6'8".
Wow.
Gonzalez gives it off to Shreve. Misses point blank.
Yep.
Nielsen corrals the board, and Moore pulls up. This one's short. Shreve again uses rim and can't find the net, but cleaning it up is Wilkinson.
I think Highland's going to have to keep playing great team defense because athletically they just can't match up right now. Jalen's putting on a clinic right now.
6 points for Jalen Moore. He can score in bunches, and Chris Frost wants a timeout. Talked with him for a few minutes before we did our on-air interview, and he's been around a while, 23 years at the same school. He said he started coaching in 1989.
Wow.
And
you gotta love that, though. You know, Eric, you've got a lot of tradition. You've got probably families and brothers who grew up and said, "I'm going to play for Coach Frost," and I think that's the mark of a dedicated man. He's probably had an opportunity to do something elsewhere, and he wanted to stay at the high school with the kids. I think that's great.
Well, Highland opened in 1963. They do freshmen through seniors, about 1,300 students. 2 state titles, the last one in 1996, so Frost has those under his belt. Notable alumni? Want to take a guess? Think of an NFL football player now on TV that played
Jared Allen
in southeastern Idaho.
Jared Allen.
Merrill Hodge.
Oh, Merrill Hodge.
Yeah.
I know Jared Allen played at Idaho State. That's why I thought that. And
so did Merrill Hodge, and he went to high school at.
I didn't know Merrill played up there.
Went to high school at Highland.
Wow. Well, I know there was a Pocatello alum that played basketball at Utah State. Who's that?
Spencer.
Yep,
Nelson.
Spencer played up at Pocatello.
I was thinking J.C. Carroll, but he's Wyoming.
Yeah, he was a Wyoming boy, yeah. Well, see, I learned something tonight. I did not know Merrill Hodge played at Idaho State. There's a good drive.
That's Wilkinson, and he earns a trip to the line.
Good help defense by Carden Porter. And Carden Porter's a sophomore, 6'2". Great help defense. He'll learn to hold his ground there and make him shoot over him rather than try and jump into it. Might be one of the toughest things to do when you're a little bit bigger. You think you can go up and get that block. You just hold your ground. You hear coaches all the time say, "Stay on the ground, stay on the ground." But
there's no substitute for that game experience either. Wilkinson hits both. He has 4, and it's a 13-7 ball game. Both teams staying with their starters with 3 minutes to play in the first. Nielsen, 3, got it.
That's a big time. He, just step and shoot. He didn't hesitate a bit. He was set his feet set, had his shoulder square, and he took that pass ready to shoot the ball. That's tough to stop.
Wilkinson pulls up. This one's short. Shreve can't get to it. Moore does.
Head up real quickly, and now we got a 3-on-1 break. Good pass.
Larson to Porter. Kicks it back out to Goddard. And Nielsen will try again. This one off the back of the iron. Gonzalez has trouble.
Stayed with it. Good hustle by Nielsen.
And it goes over to Highland.
I think you mentioned before the game, Ty is just a scrappy defensive player. Always has done. Always has been since we've watched him when he was a little younger. Will always be right there around the ball. Great fundamental play, too. You saw he missed the shot, followed it up with the rebound instead of falling away from it. Teach a lot of high school kids to do that.
Gonzalez hit on his follow-through. It doesn't matter. Stefan Gonzalez, a pair of triples. And it's 16-10 with 2 minutes to play in the first period. Skyview on top. Larson, nobody home inside, so he goes between the circles to Nielsen. Now Moore bodied up by Andresen. A long way from the hoop. Nielsen, baseline jumper's got it.
You know, there's Jalen's maturity. He had his back to the basket, looked across the lane, and saw Nielsen down in the corner. Great awareness, great pass.
7 for Nielsen, 18-10. Skyview.
You know, that's the kind of play that will, there's a good shot.
Step back jumper from Andresen.
That's the kind of play that will make Jalen a great player at the next level. Feed the ball, he can always shoot, he can jump obviously, but if he can keep his head up and knows the game, he'll be successful.
Moore pops, short. Kind of forced that one a little bit. 1 minute to play. Andresen, too hard. Rebounded by Matt Dewey, who's into the ball game for Kirk Hilliard and the Bobcats now. Larson has it knocked back to him. Goddard at the other end throws it into the backcourt.
Got a little out of control. Thought well about it, but wasn't able to make the pass.
Here's your SC Needham Jewelers middle of the block sign of the clock with 49.3 left in the first period. It's a 6-point Skyview lead. SC Needham Jewelers, where Utah gets engaged. Second turnover for the Bobcats. And Highland with a chance to cut into that Skyview lead. Skyview's led from the get-go.
Well, if Highland could hold on here and take one shot, get this thing back to to a 4-point game, that'd be success given the way it's gone. Or
shot
not.
Won't go, and Moore pulls it down. They weren't listening, were they?
They weren't. And now Skyview, I'll bet you holds for the last shot here. Well, there you go. No,
they'll find the best shot. Skyview's not afraid. Wilkinson.
Well, that's why I'm not coaching there.
Just way more patient.
Yeah, well, it's easy to be patient up here, isn't it? I think they're going to wait here now.
10 seconds to play. Gonzalez uses the Shreve screen. Into the ball game and firing away is Connor Harding. Harding's shot won't go. 2 seconds left. This one from the backcourt off the front of the iron. And it won't go, but Skyview behind 13 combined points from Ty Nielsen and Jalen Moore build an 18-12 lead after 1 period of play.
Wendy. Yep, that one. And I'm proud to introduce Dave's Hot and Juicy Cheeseburgers. They're all new and our best yet, with thicker, hotter, juicier beef, melty cheese, and a warm butter toasted bun. So come on in.
18-12 our score here. Skyview leading Highland of Pocatello, Idaho. The Highland Rams, just like the ones down in Salt Lake.
Yeah. I like the red, too. I know it adds to that black and white color. I like that look.
Yeah. There's been a lot of meetings between these two teams, both in football and basketball. Taysom Hill, who plays football at BYU, quarterback down there, or quarterback here at Highland.
Oh, was he at Highland? I knew he was from Idaho, but I didn't know he was from Highland.
Saw him play against Skyview a few years ago.
I think he's the real thing. I think he's going to do a great job if he stays healthy down there.
I think you're right.
Yeah. So far, this has been an interesting game. Both teams are playing really aggressive man-to-man defense, and if they both stay hot like they are, this is going to be a high-scoring game. It's kind of fun to watch. They're playing up and down. They're not leaving anything on the court.
Wilkinson, one-hand push shot goes. Clark Wilkinson with 4 in the first period, 6 for the game as he scores his first bucket of the second.
Jalen made another smart play there. He could have gone up and challenged. He knew he was pretty gone, and he just, rather than risk the foul, lived to play another day.
Highland ranked number 8 in the state of Idaho. Dewey's shot won't go, and Wilkinson with the board. They're ranked number 5 in 5A in Idaho, number 8 overall. It depends on which poll you look at. There's number 6 in a media poll, number 5 in a max preps, and then that number 8 overall in another media poll.
Just got to move this little match zone. There's a great move.
Shreve with the left-hander won't go. He's had trouble. He's put up some decent shots, and he's seen a few rim out on him.
They're coming out a little differently. Watch number 3, what he's doing to Jalen. He's playing him face in. He's not going to let him get the ball. They're going to deny everything. They're going to basically make somebody else beat them, or Jalen make a great play.
That's Tanner Tingy, number 3 for Highland. Gonzalez down the lane.
A good move. Ah,
scoop shot won't go.
Good go to the hole. They lost Jalen.
There's more. He gets pushed in the back just enough that he misses.
You can't do that. You've got to keep your eyes on him all the time. And Ty Nielsen made a great pass, looked up the floor and saw him making a run.
Harding gave him just a little tap in the small of his back as he went up, just to kind of knock him off balance, not enough to knock him down.
Yeah, what a great pass. And look at that. He comes up and, you know, I don't mind that foul. It wasn't a cheap foul. He didn't look to hurt him, just enough to bother him, and certainly took him off. Missed a foul shot. It was a good play.
Birch and Andresen back in. Shreve and Gonzalez sit. Gonzalez with 6 points. He and Wilkinson with 6 apiece. 6 of the 14 Rams points. Moore missed his first, hits the second. And he has 7. He and Ty Nielsen, 14 of Skyview's 19.
That's pretty much the pattern, isn't it? Those two really are carrying the load scoring-wise.
Wilkinson takes the contact, shot. Uses the glass.
Forced that shot. I'm sure the coach was one of those, don't do it, don't do it. Oh, nice shot. That was tough. See, look again what they're doing to Jalen down here. He's not even looking at the ball. He's putting his back to the ball, and all he's going to do, you can't see it on the, just right there in the corner now, and he's just completely denying, not even looking for the ball.
Bottom corner of your screen.
Yep. Same thing, not even looking for the ball. That's it.
Skyview turns it over.
The challenge with that is that one at a time they're going to get him isolated down low. They're going to get him at the basket with an alley-oop or something free to the bucket or pass over the top.
That's the 3rd turnover for Skyview. 2 for a Highland. Not many turnovers for as aggressive as both of these teams have been defensively. They've taken care of the ball. Kamehu Matthias, number 42 in the ball game for Skyview, and he just picked up his first foul. Kama, they call him.
Great inbound pass. Watch him here. He feeds the ball in well, fakes up high and down low just like you're taught, and forces a foul. Yep.
Andresen fouled as he drives across the lane. Nielsen picking up his first. That's the 3rd team foul. Skyview. Oh, Andresen shot rims out. Tommy Lee, number 15, into the ball game. Didn't bring the rest of the band with him.
He doesn't have the right haircut either. Missed them both. Oh, he got the bench.
He got the roll on that one. They've had a couple of nice rolls.
See, there's number 3 getting right in Jalen's face. They're going to take that risk. It's interesting. It's almost it's a box and one. Well, yeah, they're matching up a little bit. They're playing a box and one.
Matthias.
They're going to make somebody else beat them tonight.
Well, and it looks like Moore's got 6 or 8 inches, a whole head on Tingy. Tingy's just going to face him, not even look to the ball.
No.
Just try to deny him.
Oh, that's a nice move. Great spin move.
Spin move by Andresen. Andresen with 5 points, and it's a 2-point ball game.
That's a nice play.
21-19. Skyview is led from the outset with 4:40 to play in the first half.
Yeah, look at this. This is an interesting defense. It's almost a 1-3 look up on the top. They're going to give him that shot, and they're going to get a rebound. I think that Skyview's got to think about this a little. They're giving him trouble right now.
Tommy Lee misses the shot. Here comes Andresen. Kicks it out to Harding. Now they go down low to Wilkinson. Wilkinson turns, misses. As Matthias did just what you talked about earlier. He kept his feet on the floor.
Yeah, they got to not. That's
Moore.
money.
9 for Jalen Moore. Gets that shot off so quick. So many guys turn, look, shoot. He's ready to shoot when he hits the ball.
Well, and so much of it is, again, fundamental. It's catching the ball ready to shoot. Catching the ball square up to the basket with your feet in a position. It's no different. It's no different in soccer. It's no different in baseball when you turn a double play. It's as much about the feet and the hips as it is getting that shot up. You see a lot of kids put the shot up quick, but if they don't have their lower body squared up and ready, they're not going to make the majority of their shots. I've seen Jalen and Ty Nielsen both do that very well. I think that's going to serve them well.
Moore takes a seat. Nielsen replaces him.
So now they're going to box and one Nielsen. Oh, box and one. It's interesting. It's almost a 1-3 look. And it's causing a few problems for Skyview right now. Good move.
Dewey's shot won't go. Gets his own board. Turns. Misses again. Nielsen. Shot blocked. And they're going to call a jump ball as Tingy got on top of it. And it stays here on the possession arrow.
And that's the problem with the defense like this. You're in any zone, but especially here, you really have no assignment, so they're going to have a hard time boxing out. They're going to have to really pay attention and make sure Skyview doesn't kill them on the offensive boards.
Larson, 3-ball, up and over the top.
I haven't seen Skyview play in person yet, but from looking at their stats, they don't seem to take a lot of threes. They seem to be taking more than I would have expected. It may have a little bit to do with this defense that they're seeing.
Yeah, with Nielsen and Moore, they do a lot of stuff down inside. Moore can, as you've seen tonight, he can go inside out for sure. Here's Nielsen with an ear steal. It goes out of bounds. Birch triggers inbounds, looks for Gonzalez, and finds him in the backcourt with 3:10 to play in the first half. It's a 4-point ball game. 23-19.
Oh, that was a nice move.
Skyview
that was
and
a nice move. One little hitch step, and then drove right underneath him.
5 for Andresen, being very aggressive with the ball, and it's a 2-point game. Long 3, won't go as Tommy Lee misses.
Up the floor, well done.
Birch ties the game.
He needs to get a timeout here.
Kevin
Slow this
Birch
thing down a little bit. He's going to let him play.
His first bucket of the game. We're tied at 23 with 2:40 to play in the half.
We're having a lot of success with this defense.
They took Tingy out, and now it's Andresen that's playing the role of the face guarder.
Yeah. It's an interesting, though, concept against Skyview because you've only got those two players that are scoring a lot. You got certainly other kids who do things, but get a little more rounded team, and you're going to have a hard time playing this defense.
Moore averaging 21.5 a game, Nielsen 11 per game, and then your next highest is Dewey at 5.6.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So somebody's going to have to step up for the Bobcats.
Now they've stepped out of it now. Oh, no, he's out high with him, so he's still moving with him. Yep.
It'll be interesting to see if in the second half, if they stay to that, as Coach Hilliard calls a timeout for Skyview, if they stay with that, if they start trying to give Moore the ball higher up or have him start the offense and clear out and give him a chance to break a man down one-on-one.
That might be what I would do because if you do that, you've now got basically 4 on a 1-3 defense, and you're going to have a hard time filling spots, and that might be that's a great thought. Especially when you have a kid like Moore who's got the skills to play the ball that way. He could certainly play up top with the ball skills that he has.
Let's see what Skyview does with that because it's been very effective. Highland's thrown that on the Bobcats here in this second period, and after trailing by 6 at the end of the first, they've tied it up at 23 apiece. Skyview's only scored 5 points here in this second period. 11-5 scoring advantage for Highland, and Moore back on the court. And he'll be on the court with Nielsen, so okay, if you're going to run that defense, now you can only do it to 1.
Well, it looks like they're going to do it to 2 of them now. They're going to play a 1-3, a triangle, and 2. Interesting. Really interesting. They're basically going to challenge him to get beat. Look at that. This is where you're going to have to get some shots, yep.
Larson out front to Goddard. You'll see how patient Skyview can be.
And then help. Great play. That
offensive
is a great
foul.
24. What is his name? Shreve. Step down, and again, rather than try and take that, make a play and make a jump for a block, he stepped in front and took the charge. That's 2 fouls on tie now, right? So he's going to stay out probably the rest of the half.
There's a good look at it right there.
Yeah. Well, he's right in the position. He got his foot down on the baseline and played it well.
Nielsen with his second, so he'll sit. Nelson Ricks comes in for him.
Oh, it's too bad. That was a nice drive.
That was for the lead, and Gonzalez's shot won't go. Ricks looks for more.
Great pass.
More back to Goddard. And Highland gets back.
Now they're in that flat. Play a 1-3 or 3-1. Staying with Moore.
Moore leans in,
Forced
misses.
it.
Yep.
Oh.
Highland looking for the lead. Wilkinson. That one won't go.
Great
Gonzalez
defense.
With the board.
Nice defense by number 20. Kept his ground. Didn't take the foul. Made him change his shot.
That was Mitch Larson that you're talking about. 25 seconds left in the half. We're tied at 23. What looked like was going to be a high-scoring affair. Now it's slowed down here in the second period.
Yeah, and here you go. They're going to take this last shot. They'll be happy to go in tied or maybe up 2 or 3. See what happens. Skyview staying in that man-to-man. Uh-oh. There you go.
Birch, baseline, won't go. Rebound by Larson. Larson dribbles out, and that's the end of the first half. 23 all, our score here in Smithfield. We got a good one brewing on the game of the week.
The last time I bought a car, it felt like... Yeah, felt like that.
Want to have a good experience buying a vehicle? At Hanson Motors, we've been taking care of customers for over 60 years. One of the hot 5 reasons to buy a Hanson is a hassle-free, haggle-free buying experience. For the best price on a new or pre-owned vehicle, and most of all, an enjoyable buying experience. Get to Hanson Motors in Brigham City.
Now with print, online, and mobile offerings, the Herald Journal gives you easy access to the news that matters to you.
The paper is here.
We're delivering quality local news to more readers than ever, in more ways than ever. Subscribe today. The Herald Journal, empowering the community.
Clark Salt Lake Express and the airport shuttle have merged and become one.
So we still have doorstep service, and it's about the same price as it was before. Our focus now is to try to provide as many opportunities for people who need to have the ability to get to and from Salt Lake when they want. They don't want to wait at the airport for 2 hours. They also don't want to be driving around the valley when they get here.
And you bring us to a location that leaves on time.
We'll have another vehicle take you here to save time comfortably, and that main vehicle goes 12 times a day on schedule, both leaving the valley and coming back.
$23 all our score here at the half. A high-scoring first quarter, 18-12. Skyview led after one. 13 combined points from Nielsen and Jalen Moore in that first period. But then Highland clamped down defensively. And we mentioned in that first half, Highland's only giving up 51 points per ball game. And you can see why. They played some pretty tough defense there in that second period, outscoring Skyview 11-5 to draw even at 23. Highland was paced by Clark Wilkinson with 8 points, Andresen with 7, Gonzalez with 6, 2 for Kevin Birch. Colton Shreve, Connor Harding, and Tanner Tingy all played but did not score. For the Bobcats, they were led, of course, by Jalen Moore. He had 9 points, 3 in the second period, 6 in the first. 7 points for Ty Nielsen, all in the first period. He had to sit with 2 fouls late in that second period. 3 points for Mitch Larson, Porter Carden with 2 points, Matt Dewey Kama Mathias with 2. Dewey, Tommy Lee, and Nelson Ricks all played and did not score there in that second period. So Mathias and Moore, the only Bobcats to score in the second period. And we're tied at 23. 3 turnovers for each team. Hey, our player of the game gets a certificate to clean the sink at Angie's. You've probably seen that bumper sticker we saw there in that opening shot that says, "I cleaned the sink at Angie's." Well, if you see that around town, this is what they did. They went into Angie's. They ordered the kitchen sink, which has everything, including, as you can see there, the kitchen sink in it. And this is a whole family cleaning it, but I'm telling you, we give these certificates to our players of the game, and I would say the vast majority of them, I think, clean that sink all by themselves. I'd love to do a survey and see how many actually do. Many of them do, these high school kids. So our player of the game gets to clean the sink down at Angie's. Great breakfast, great dessert, great everything down there. And Angie's, of course, where the locals eat. Well, the first half is in the books. We're tied at 23 on the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel, and it was brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness. Never give up. Lewiston State Bank, your hometown bank with a new location at 3rd South and Main in Logan. Wendy's of Cache Valley, quality is our recipe. Cache Valley Hospital, your first choice in healthcare.
You're down 6-0.
Discount Tire and Automotive, so much more than a tire store. The Salt Lake Express, from your door to the Salt Lake Airport, 12 times a day. S.E. Needham Jewelers, where Utah gets engaged. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's television station. We're tied at 23 in Skyview at the half.
Introducing the official training bike of the Tour de France, the Proform TDF, the first ever indoor training bike that delivers everything you demand. A 20% incline and a 20% decline, so you'll experience exactly what the road does. Because it's powered by Google Maps, you choose the road and the TDF follows it. Every incline and decline, so no matter what comes at you, you'll be ready. The Proform TDF automatically adjusts resistance, incline and decline. Plus, with a built-in power meter, you'll know your exact output. You decide where to go and the official training bike of the Tour takes you there. And now that you've decided, we're ready to deliver. Order right now and get 0 down and a free upgrade on rush shipping. Call the number on your screen or go online today.
Coach, you guys got started really quickly. It looks like maybe you're going to run away with it, and then they seem to make that change in defense. It gave you a little trouble. What adjustments do you have going in the second half?
We just got to move the ball, set some good screens to get some more guys open and get other people involved in the offense. We'll be okay.
Think that they'll continue doing that little box and one or triangle and two?
For sure. Why wouldn't you? I mean, it did give us trouble. They were able to catch right up, and I mean, I think defensively, I think we're fine, but I think offensively, we've got to move the ball and get some guys moving around instead of standing. I think we'll be okay.
Great, thanks. Good luck.
Yep.
All right. It'll be interesting to see what the Bobcats have drawn up there in the second period. We're about a minute away from the start of the second half. Back with the second half from Skyview after this.
Visionary homes.
This is your living room, and so is this. This is season 1 and 2 and 3. This is the big game and the big moment. This is getting caught up. This is Xfinity TV. This is easy. This is simple. This is awesome. Xfinity, the future of awesome.
Ready to start the second half, 23 all. And Highland gets the ball as we begin the third period. John Worley back upstairs with me as I go inside to Shreve. Wilkinson, 18-footer won't go. Rebounded by Shreve. Shreve turns high off the glass and finally gets one to go. He had so many looks in that first half that just didn't fall for him, and that one does.
That was a nice shot.
Highland with their first lead of the ball game at 25-23.
They're back at straight man, so they're going to come out and see what they can do here. It surprises me a little bit. Maybe they want to try and see if they can hang in, and then, you know, when the game gets tight, go down to it.
I saw Coach...
Oh, that was a nice drive to the hole. Highland's got to play better defense there, or else Ty will go crazy.
I saw Coach Hilliard taking Moore aside as Birch fires for 3. Moore gets the board, taking Birch aside when they came out of the locker room. Here's Larson.
Travel.
Lets his man go past and then misses.
I thought that was a travel.
Looked like
Jalen Boy played well again. His head up, looking down floor. I really like Jalen Moore. He's playing unselfish basketball. Great rebound.
Wilkinson's shot won't go. Here come the Bobcats, all knotted up at 25.
Another great
How did Nielsen get that one to go?
Great drive.
11 for Nielsen as he leads all scorers. An offensive foul. Looks like they got Shreve for an illegal screen. Shreve, his first foul of the ball game.
Little different look now.
Block. Moore keeps it alive, throws it back to Wilkinson, and a foul called on Goddard.
I'll tell you, I continue to be impressed. I've said this before with Jalen, but he's playing all aspects of the game. He plays defense, he hustles, he's getting rebounds. I haven't seen him for a while. You're right, I was down on the sidelines. He's every bit of 6'8". He's a big boy.
Yeah, I had to get a step ladder to put the mic in his face last time I interviewed him. And you're taller than me. So.
Well, he's got that, the hair makes him even taller.
6'8", 7'1" with the fro.
There you go.
Great line from the movie Fletch.
Oh, he forced that.
Yeah, he did. High off the glass, just about got it to go. Rebound. Like Porter won't go, the sophomore.
I like Gonzalez. I like this kid. Nice dish out. That's going to go. Oh, too bad.
Birch with a
Played
step
that
back.
well.
Here's Moore out in front. Look out!
Catch and throw.
Didn't have his steps right, or he would have rocked the rim.
Well, you better get back in transition because they'll burn you up top. He's running the floor. I'm impressed, man. Looks nice.
Skyview opening a 4-point lead now at 29-25. Down low they go to Shreve. And Drayson. He hasn't been afraid to test the middle, has he? No. And that's going to be the third foul for Ty Nielsen. So now Coach Hilliard has a decision to make. You leave Nielsen in there and risk that fourth foul. And he hasn't made a move to look at his bench.
No, he hasn't. Traveled. Yep.
Nielsen gave ground, and Gonzalez just took that extra step. Fifth turnover for Highland.
Well, this is always the tough part about being a coach. I think you risk. It's a risk-reward thing. I think I might take him out for a few minutes and buy yourself a few extra minutes on the back end. But nice pass. Wow.
Larson backside. Highland fell asleep. Everybody looking at Moore and Nielsen, and Larson just snuck in and gets his first bucket since the first period. He has 5 points. Wilkinson, three. Won't go. Tapped out by Shreve.
Good rebound.
Wilkinson gets his own board and one for double deuce. He's in double figures with 10, looking to make it 11, and a chance to cut into that Skyview lead. Skyview leads by 4. And Wilkinson's free throw rims out.
Highland's got to take advantage of those, and they've got to get hot from 3 again. That kept them in it a little bit in the first half. That and some good defense. They're back to that triangle and 1 now on Nielsen. It's interesting. They're going to let Jalen have his way.
Turns and shoots right over top. Moore now with 13. He leads all scorers. Back out to a 6-point Skyview advantage. Shreve with the quick turnaround move. Moore rips down the board. Finds Goddard across the timeline.
Now they're going to do it again.
Goddard, stop, pop, miss. Gonzalez with the board. Moore knocks it away from him. Gonzalez gets it back.
Good control. Oh.
It looked like maybe he got control and put it down before he moved.
Yeah, I thought he did, but it's easy from up here.
You know, and sometimes it depends on how it looks.
Sure.
I've talked to officials, and that's what they've said. You know, sometimes they go back, they critique themselves and look at film of different things. And I know for a fact that officials watch these games because I've heard from them.
Well, and the good ones I'm sure do. It's just like anything else. Basketball is a tough game to officiate. It's fast and it's gets more physical every year.
Goddard for 3, won't go. Rebounded by Andresen. Andresen motoring down to the other end, finds Birch for 3.
Yep.
Boom!
That's what Highland's got to do if they want to stay in this thing.
3-point Skyview lead. 2:45 to play in a fast-moving third period. Games will move fast when you don't take many free throws. 9 total, 5 for Highland, 4 for Skyview. Dewey will get a chance to go to the line for 2.
See, I think they were back in that little triangle in 2 this time. I can't see that nice little drive and a good rebound.
Shot won't go from Matt Dewey.
Dewey earned his spot at the line right there. He made a good box out well, let the layup come just a little bit deep, and then made a good rebound.
Coach Hilliard shuffling up his lineup a little bit. Nelson, Ricks, and Dewey off the bench early here. Dewey, the first man off the bench typically. Ricks only played at the end of that first period as Dewey hits the second free throw. End of the first half, I should say, for Ricks. And he's in there early here in the second half. Blocked by Ricks, and they're going to call a foul.
That's too bad. I think Ricks made a good play and got ball, but he got beat early, and number 3 had the position on him there. Tingy. See, watch me come. He's got the position right there. There's really nothing Ricks could. Oh, I think that was clean, but he was in a bad position. Again, what you said earlier, what the referee sees, he's going to make a call.
It's all about angles. These guys, Tingy on the board with his first. I get a lot of officials that they know who I am, and I see them. I'm involved with coaching at different levels, and I see them, the day after different games, and I'll have a lot of them ask me, so what'd you see? What'd it look like? These guys in the stripes are always trying to get better.
Well, sure, just like you would in anything else.
Nielsen turns in and scores. He has 6 in the quarter, 13 for the game, and he matches Jalen Moore for high-scoring duties. Wilkinson leads Highland with 10. Wilkinson backing Moore down. He shuts him off. He better get out of the lane. 3 ball, short. Rebounded by Matt Dewey.
Dewey's having a good quarter. There he is again.
The lob!
Oh! You saw it coming. Wow. I'm telling you, you better get your eyes up and you better find Jalen Moore the minute that ball gets off the frame, because he's going to go to the hoop.
He crossed midcourt and put it in another gear.
Well, the pass wasn't bad either. Who made that pass?
His guard found him.
Who was that? Was that number 11?
I think it was Goddard's. We'll have to look at it again if we get a chance. But here's Moore again out in front. Moore all the way in, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line as Wilkinson picks up the foul.
Yeah. We're going to see it right here. Watch this. Okay, it is Goddard. Look at this pass. That's a half-court pass right at the frame. Look at this, right on the money. That is a great pass. The dunk is fantastic, but without the pass, you don't get there.
No, that's a perfect pass.
Yeah, great pass by Goddard.
Moore misses the first free throw.
Number 21, Brian Dory.
He's 1 for 3 from the line.
He's going to take both Nilsson and Moore out. We've got
Moore will sit.
He'll sit him the rest of this quarter. Can't get in too much trouble in a minute. Give them both a little break. Don't get any cheap fouls. That's a good move.
Skyview's opened up a 7-point lead after being tied at the half at 23.
I think if I were the coach, I'd go for the frame really quickly here. It's kind of in the NBA, a 2 for 1. I'm going to try and get 2 quick buckets out of this, but he's not. He's going to go for the last shot, looks like.
Moore and Nielsen in this quarter combined for 13 points. 13 of the 16 Skyview points.
The coach just changed it. I think he saw what we're looking at here. They're going to go for the frame here, try and go down and get a stop and maybe pick up 4 points. Taking a lot of time. Good defense by Skyview. Good aggressive man defense, trying to get it in.
Wilkinson turns to his left, takes the contact, and he'll go to the line.
I like what Highland did there. I would have liked to have seen it do it about 30 seconds sooner than that. They could have potentially gone 2 for 1. which is great inbounds. That's a great play. Great entrance pass, and a nice move by the big boy.